Welcome. I'm very happy that you're back. Well, today I have to talk to you. I was checking my book number 5. Have you checked it already? I was, you know, looking at the different topics in this book. I found 4 lessons like in all the other books, homeschoolings, dictations, mm, and some texts and such and such. But then, when I came to the language part and I looked at all the topics in this unit, I found out, like an investigation, I found out all of these topics have to do with sentences. Yep, everything, that's my conclusion. Everything in grammar has to do with sentences. Now, if everything we learn has to do with sentences, we must remember to write complete sentences every time. And we must remember to use in the sentences the things that we are learning. And 3. Flee, flee, fly. Flee, fly, mosquito. Oh, no, no, no more mosquito. Itchy, itchy, scratchy, scratchy. Oh, I got one down my pocket. Hit that big bug down with the bug spray. Psst. Gotcha. Okay, after we warmed up and we know what we have to do, let's start. Sentences. Excuse me, I'm going to stand up because I want to show you what you already know. Sentence structure. Subject, predicate. Basically, all the sentences have a subject, a predicate, a verb in the predicate. But then we learned that sometimes we might have subject, predicate, plus another predicate. Or another complete sentence. Really? Yeah. Simple sentences or compound sentences, more complex, longer, bigger sentences. Okay, up to there. Let me tell you the topic for today. Prepositions. And this is a review. Why is it a review? Because we worked this topic before. You should know this. This is only practice. Okay? But if there's something you didn't know, now's the time to learn it. Okay? Rules for taking this class. Go to the restroom if you have to. Now, stop the video and go. Okay, once you're here, you may not stand up. You may not go away. Another rule, get your materials ready. Book and pencils, have them handy. And the last rule is think and speak in English. Correct. Remember, in order to learn a language, we need to practice it. Prepositions are words that connect nouns, pronouns, and other words in sentences. These are 3 examples of very common prepositions. We use this a lot as we speak. Okay? The rule says prepositions can tell us when or where something happened. in what time or in what place, when or where things happened. If you use them correctly, of course. Now, the book also says, well, to help you a little bit, the book says, going from left to right. Is that right? When you watch the video, I hope that's left to right. Beginning here, this is less specific, specific, and as it moves forward, they come to be more specific. Okay? That's a clue that the book gives you, a tip. Okay? Excuse me. So, now we know this help us say when or where something happened, and in is less specific, but it goes from less specific to more, and more specific. Okay, let's see how that works. Now, talking about time, we can use in for months, we use in for years, we use in for times of day. When talking about time, we use on for days. When talking about time, we use on to talk about days, date, it's being more specific, and date plus part of the day. Part of day. We'll explain that in a minute, okay? Now, also we say that when talking about time, we use at for specific time, for the hours. Oh, there's another hour. Why? I don't know. Now, when talking about place, we use in to talk about continents, country, to talk about a city. When talking about place, we use on when you name a street, an avenue, or means of transportation, transportation. There we go. And finally, when talking about place, we use at to talk about an address, specific location, and address again. Why do they repeat address? I don't know. Here we go. Now, can you see? From a continent, then we mention streets or avenues, and then we mention the specific address. You see? From less specific to more specific. Good. Okay, now, please go to your book page 79. On page 79, activity 1 says, can you read with me? Complete the following table using examples with the prepositions in, on, or at. The first ones have been done for you. Okay, right there, you have examples for the first 3. You see, in month, they said in May. For days, they said on Monday. And for specific time of day, they said at noon. Now, what they want you to do is give more examples. In each of the spaces, you give an example. Okay, let's work that together. In. We're talking about time, okay? Time. Years. Please say in and then mention a year. Let's use this year we're living in. So the year would be in 2020. Write it. In 2020. Now, date using on. Use today's date. On May the 25th, 2020. It says whole date. Okay? On May the 25th, 2020. The next example with at, write an hour. At what time? 3 p.m. At 3 o'clock p.m. Okay, don't forget at 3. Good. The next row, the next line says times of day. Times of day. Let's say in, don't forget the preposition, in the morning. Write it. In the morning. The next one, on. Day plus part of day. Date plus part of day. We are going to say on, remember the preposition, on Sunday morning. On Sunday morning. Write it. Good. And for the last example, at. It says to mention an hour. At, say an hour. 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock. Write it. At 11 o'clock. If you need more time to finish this activity, stop the video. If you're done, then let's keep going. Place. When talking about place, it says continents, and the book says, what's the preposition? In Africa. Now, you give me another example. For country, the preposition first. In, what is this country we live in? The one we live in? Mexico. Let's say in Mexico. Okay? How about an example for city? The preposition first. In, what's the city? What city do we live in? This is the city of Zamora. Oops. In Zamora. You see, you have your examples there. Now, when talking about place, we use on for street. On, and the book says on Market Street. Market Street. Now, you give an example of an avenue. On, don't forget the preposition on. Let's mention one of our avenues here in the city. Madero, Juárez, Cinco de Mayo. Okay, I'm going to say Madero. On Madero Avenue. The next example is means of transportation. First, we say on, the preposition, on, let's say an airplane. On an airplane. Airplane. On an airplane. Where was your jacket? It was on an airplane. We're talking about place. It was on an airplane. Okay? Now, for examples with at. The book gave us an example for an address. They said at, because that's the preposition, 42 Wallaby Way. Wallaby Way. Okay? Now you give me an example of a specific location. At, don't forget the preposition, at school. At school. That's a specific location. At school, right there. Good. And finally, give us an example of an address. At Madero Street, number 37. I just made it up. Okay? Well, this, my friends, are examples on how to use each one of the prepositions. Okay? Good job. Now, I need you to finish page 79. Activity 2. Look at Marina's weekly schedule, then answer the question using a complete sentence and a preposition of time like at, on, in. Okay? For this part, you need to stop the video. Please do so. When you're done, come back. I'll be here waiting for you. Yay! Everybody hands up. On your head, on your shoulders, in front of you. Let's review prepositions. Hands in front, hands behind, hands on your head, hands between your legs. I hit my finger on the table. And hands next to your face. Okay. Now please go to page 80. This page is easier than the first one. Yep, you're gonna draw pictures. Draw pictures. Simple. Prepositions of place review. Can you read the information there? Go. We use prepositions to talk about where something is located and to give directions. Activity 1. Instructions. Go. Circle the preposition in each sentence, then draw a picture to match the sentence. First, let's circle the prepositions. We're going to go across first, okay? The circle is next to the triangle. Which one is the preposition? Next to. Circle. The next one. The circle is between a triangle and a square. What is the preposition? Between. Next one. The circle is in front of the triangle. What's the preposition? In front of. The next one. The triangle is above the square. What is the preposition? Above. Next. The circle is under the square. What is the preposition? Under. This is my hand. This one is under. And finally, the square is in the circle. What is the preposition? In. Remember? Like in. Good. Now, you have to draw pictures in the boxes. How simple. Okay, class, I need you to stop the video in order to finish your activity. Please. Excellent. Raise your hand if you finished. Because remember, after the video is over, I don't want you to be working waiting for your mom to do the work for you, asking for help. I mean, it's okay to ask for help, but not because you didn't do it during class. Mm-mm. Today we finished pages 79 and 80 in class. So when I say goodbye, your 2 pages are complete. Okay? Well, good job, class. For the last part, the one that says teamwork, we're not gonna do it because it's teamwork and you're alone. I'll see you next class. Have fun. Bye bye. Enjoy your day.